Hi guys. On this, okay, now we're going to graph in standard form, not vertex form. Okay, standard form looks just like the quadratics that you use to factor. Notice there's no parentheses, it's still stuck in that ax squared plus bx plus c, okay, format. Now the only thing is we started with a y because remember that these are input-output tables. All right. Now, unfortunately, vertex form is named vertex form because they give you the vertex. So in standard form, we don't know the vertex. So the first thing that we have to do is to find it. And that's why I wrote this equation here. Negative b over 2a. That's to find the x value of your vertex. So negative b over 2a will find your x value of your vertex. So I come up here, negative 4, right? Negative 4 over, I just got 2 times 1, right? Because my a is 1, I'm sorry, so I got 2 times 1. Well, 2 times 1 is 2, so negative 4 over 2 is simply negative 2. Okay, so I know that the x value of my equation will be negative 2. Now, since we know that that's the x value of my vertex, I can go ahead and draw my axis of symmetry. My vertex will be somewhere along that line, okay, of x equals negative 2. Now, to find the y value of my vertex, I actually plug in the x value to find the y. So I would plug a negative 2 in to each spot. I'd plug a negative 2 in here. I'd square it, plus 4 times negative 2 plus 6. Easiest thing I can tell you to do is to plug that into your calculator using our graphing calculators. Okay, so if you plugged in a negative 2, you would get a 2. And so that is my vertex. We've already drawn the axis of symmetry, so you know where that's at. And then, so now I'm at negative 2, 2 is my vertex. Okay, so next, we plotted our vertex, right? Here I am. We're going to find our x values. And so just like in vertex form, I'm going to expand out by 1 and plug that x value into the equation. So let's expand out to the right. I'm going to plug a negative 1 in. So you plug a negative 1 in for each x. Again, I would make sure to plug it into your calculator. And just as a side note, if you have negatives, make sure you're putting those in parentheses and your square is going on the outside. If you don't, you will get a different answer. So make sure that the negative's inside the parentheses and then I'm squaring. And when you do that, okay, you plug those in, you would get a 3. So at negative 1, I'm at 3. I can also reflect that across my axis. All right. Now, remember, after we do that, we have to find one more value. And so now I want to expand 2 out from my vertex, and I'd go 1, 2. And so then I'd find a 0. So I'd plug a 0 into the equation, okay, for here and here. And you would get 6, and vice versa. I'm going to reflect it here, which brings me to a good point. Notice, when I plug a 0 in, the only thing that's left is C. All right, so there we know that C is our y-intercept. C is going to be our y-intercept. So that will benefit you if it's, in between like probably 10 and negative 10. If we've got an equation where it's x squared plus 8x plus 32, obviously you're not going to want to use that, y-intercept for your equation. But with this, we can use it. And so if you see that, you can go ahead and I know at least one of my points will be at 0, 6. And then, hey, I know it's got to reflect across the axis of symmetry, so I can draw the other one. The fifth and final step is just to graph it now that I've got my 5 points. I start at the vertex and I extend up. Notice A was positive, so I'm opening up. It's a good thing. It's just like a touchdown. Okay? So you will follow those steps when graphing in standard form. All right. Good luck.